Hi guys, so I have seen a lot of conversation, possibly controversy online about are there actually indeterminate potatoes versus determinate potatoes, or is it just a potato? In this video, I'm going to share with you what I found doing research online from potato experts, and we're also going to do an experiment with our late season red Lesotho potatoes. We're going to play them up 3 ways, and then in 110 days or so, we'll see what we have, and we'll see which one is right and which one works best. I'd like to welcome you to my backyard Kentucky homestead. My name is Kim, and let's get started. So the difference between indeterminate and determinate potatoes, according to online experts, is that determinate potatoes are your early season crops, like your Yukon Gold, your Red Norland. Those things are usually around 80 days, 60 to 90 day range. They grow in a single layer all around the seed potato that you plant, but there's only one layer. They don't grow further up over the season because they have a shorter window. Indeterminate, on the other hand, actually continue to grow all season long. So like a tomato, as they grow up, those stems can actually root out and create more tubers. So we have multiple layers of potatoes. So this makes sense because I have primarily in the past grown early season. And if you watch my earlier potato video, I said if you have a grow bag that has more room horizontally, you have a better potato harvest, which makes a lot of sense when it comes to determinate early season potatoes. But I'm wondering with these traditional taller potato grow bags, if they're not actually designed for the indeterminate potatoes. So anyway, we're going to plant these up. So what I've done is taken my red Lesotho potatoes and separated them into 3 groups. 2 groups are 1 pound each, and there's 7 potatoes. So we have equal number of potatoes. We're going to plant one of these in this wider, shorter grow bag, and one in the other 7 in this other taller potato grow bag. What we're going to do is take the other 2 pounds of potatoes. So it's supposed to be 5 pounds, it only weighed out to 2. But we're going to take the other 2 pounds of potatoes and put these in a raised bed. My hypothesis, and I'm pretty confident about this, is that these will make more than twice as many potatoes as those being in a raised bed. It has a lot more room to expand, and we're going to plant them, I think, about 4 or 5 inches deep. But I expect these to definitely make more tubers than those 2, but we're going to see and weigh them up when we harvest them. And we'll do that in about 110 days or so. So let me get some dirt in these bags, and then we'll go ahead and use our Hollytone, our soil acidifier, which you need this for potatoes to help fend off scab, because potatoes actually like a pH level between 5 and 5.5. And then we'll put some bone meal in here to really help the tubers develop a really strong root base and then make more tubers. So let me get some dirt, and then we'll get started. Oh, and we're going to be doing some worm castings as well. And I am just using a regular Miracle-Gro potting soil this time. I don't really think there's a huge difference, but I'll be using the same in both of these bags. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this one up a little bit more. I'm going to put this one maybe about halfway, put the tubers in, and then as the season progresses, we're going to hill that up as the plant grows. We're going to add more dirt to it so that stem stays under the soil. We need the green on top, obviously, but we're going to go ahead and try hilling that up. You do need to keep an eye on all of your potatoes, whether they're early season or late season, to make sure that they're not developing tubers above the soil level, because if they are exposed to the sun, they will turn green, and it can cause some people to have some stomach issues with that. So these bags are both about half full. I'm going to go ahead and put a good handful of the Hollytone in each bag. Okay. And then I'm going to take a handful of the soil acidifier. This is just organic. Everything from this point forward will be organic. And one good thing that I really like about the Hollytone, it actually has some soil acidifier in it already. So it helps, because a lot of your vegetable plants actually like a lower pH. Okay, and we're going to do some bone meal. Okay, and then some worm castings. And I'm trying to add about the same to each bag so that we have an even test. We're going to go ahead and get that, just scratch it in, mix it up. Okay. So since these are small, I'm gonna, let's see. I think what I'm going to do actually is do 2 bags of each. I'm going to do 4 in one bag and 3 in the other bag. So I'll do 2 of these tall bags, 2 of these wider bags, and then we'll see where we are from that. That way there is still plenty of room for them to grow. So we'll take the 3 bigger potatoes for this one. We'll take the 4 smaller potatoes for the other one. Okay. So let me get some more dirt, and then we'll go ahead and cover them by about 4 inches of soil. Whoops. Smooth that out. So this leaves us plenty of room. As this plant starts to grow up, we will be able to add more soil to hill it up to the top of the bag. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit more polytone. A little bit more soil acidifier. Bone meal. And then the worm castings. Okay, scotch it in. And then we will go ahead and set these out in the garden. We have a really warm forecast coming up. It is March 29th presently, but our last frost date is usually between April 15th and April 25th. But right now there's no temperatures lower than like 39 for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and set these out. If we do have a frost temperature on the horizon, that night I'll just cover them with grow bags. The potatoes themselves will be fine. We just want to protect the green on top of that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other 2 bags set up, and then we'll go plant the 2 pounds in the raised bed. So I'm going to put part of the potatoes probably in this half of the bed and probably the one behind it. I have garlic on both of these. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and just add some raised bed soil. So I'm going to go ahead and add the hollytone fertilizer as well as the bone meal and worm castings. I am out of the soil acidifier, so I'll have to grab some of that at the store this weekend. All right, so what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to put them with the eyes up as much as possible, and I'm going to bury them about 4 inches deep. I'm going to stagger them, put about a foot or so in between each one. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these in that other half of bed. All right, so we have our grow bags in. I have them in the same area so they will get the same amount of sun. And I have put a light layer of the easy straw on top just as mulch. And I will remove that as we're hilling those up in the taller grow bags. And I have the potatoes in the 2 beds, or the 2 half beds. And once I get soil acidifier down, I will go ahead and put easy straw on those as well. So the very many potatoes that we have are planted. We have 6 different varieties that we're growing this year. Sorry about the noise, my neighbor's rebuilding a semi-truck. But anyway, we have 6 different varieties. They are all either in grow bags or in raised beds. And we will see if there's an indeterminate versus a determinate potato this year. Really interested. There's a lot of discussion, opinions on both sides, some very adamant opinions. And then I'm going to see what works best for my area, in my yard, in Zone 7A in Kentucky. So do be sure to check out my onion video. We'll be planting all kinds of onions this year. I'm doing an experiment with those as well. Buying some starts from Dixondale Farms as well as all of the ones I started from seed. We'll see how that goes, and then we'll do another onion experiment in August. So until then, I wish you happy gardening. Have a great day. Bye.